Hi everybody, I'm going to be showing you how to report your visits on ReportOn. So head to ReportOn.ca as I already have, and it'll bring you to this welcome page. You want to select Premier Tech, the button in the middle, because that's where you're going to be reporting from. It'll bring you to this login page. So your username is the first letter of your name and your last name as one word. So my name is Paige Webster and my username is P Webster. The password for everybody who's starting this year is Ripple16, all lowercase. If you worked for us in previous years, your password and username will be the same as those years. And if you've forgotten it, please email us and we can give you your password and password and username. So just click submit once you've typed all that in. And it should bring you to our main page. So you want to make sure that Premier Tech Merchandiser is selected on the top panel because that's where you'll be reporting from. Perfect. So as soon as you log in, the first thing you want to do is change your password. So go to Profile over here on the left and select it. So you can check here and make sure all your information is correct, make sure your address is right, your postal code, everything. And if it's not, you can edit it, but I'm just going to show you how to change your password. So click Edit, and you can change your password here. So my password currently is Ripple16, so I'm going to change it to Ripple25 just for the sake of this video. But you'd want to choose something a little more difficult. So click Submit. And now your profile is updated. So if you ever have to change anything in your profile, like if you move or anything like that, you want to change your email address, this is where you'll do it from. So awesome. Now it's time to report your visit. So every time you visit a store, you have to report through this program to make sure you get paid for those hours. So you head on the left-hand side, you head to Reports and select it. And it'll bring you to this page. So these are all the past submitted reports that I've done. And you can always come back and check here to see how many hours you've worked in the past, if you need to know any information, things like that. But for now, we're going to just submit a report. So you want to click Submit an Unscheduled Report. And you'll get this page. So you choose the banner. So the banner is the store that you worked in. So today, I worked in a Home Depot. So I'm going to click Home Depot. But if you were working at a Lowe's, you'd click that. If you were working at Rona, you'd click there. But I'm just going to go with Home Depot. So now you can search by city, store number, anything like that, even address of the store. I'm going to search by city. So Oakville. I worked in a store in Oakville, and I'm going to click Search. So there's 3 Home Depots in Oakville. And I worked at the 99 Cross Avenue address, so I'm going to select that one. And it'll bring you to a reporting page. Awesome. So you don't have to worry about store number or anything, because that's already logged through you selecting that store. You don't have to really select the date of visit unless you're reporting for a past visit, but that should never happen. You should always be reporting within 24 hours or before midnight on the day that you did the store visit. So make sure that you're reporting the same day. But you want to make sure you enter the time of visit, which should reflect the schedule that you've been given. So if you're supposed to work at 9, that's when you should be at the store. So I worked from 9 until 11. So I worked 9 and then I worked 2 hours. And this has to be the same as the schedule, so make sure you're following that. So now we get to some questions. Do we have any pre-approved expenses? This time I don't, but in the next few slides that you'll learn through the training modules, you can see how you'd use pre-approved expenses if you need to. So mileage, you'd want to only enter it if you have pre-approved mileage from your manager. Otherwise, just leave it at 0, which is what I'm going to do. You want to now answer the questions that are regarding this banner. So every single banner will have different questions because there's different products, and all of these questions will be related to the objectives that you receive for that week. So every week these will change, and every week it'll reflect the objectives that you're given. So you have a really good idea when you read the objectives what questions you're going to be getting on Report On when you're reporting. So did we sign in when we visited the store? Absolutely. Did we speak with the seasonal manager during this visit? Yes, I did. How long has the seasonal store manager been with Home Depot? This is a question because we want to make sure that you're actually having a conversation with this manager, because it's all about being visible in the store. We want to make sure that you're speaking and everyone knows who you are. They know you're the PTHG merchandiser. So we asked them questions like, how long have you been the manager for? And my manager said he worked there for 2 years. So that's good. 2 years. Let's see. The next question says, have you done the regional objectives and they were completed? No, because I didn't have any for my store. None assigned for my store. So whenever you say no, you always have to answer why not. And please give a good explanation. Did you top up the one-shot quarter pellets? Yes, I did, because those were my objectives. Did you submit a photo to the gallery? Yes, I will be submitting one with this report. How many PTHG displays did you refresh, reinvent? I refreshed 5. Did you take pictures of the displays? Absolutely. You always want to take pictures of your displays so that you can upload them to your report. How many PTHG displays did you build? I did 5. Was the old Vigoro Grassy labeled with the clearance pricing? Yes, it was. Did the MET team have the indoor pest control bay retail ready? Yes, they did. How many cases of indoor pest overheads did you bring down and place on the display? I brought down 7. Is there anything that requires your manager's immediate attention? So, for example, if you weren't able to do something that was on the objective, like, for example, you couldn't put all of the Vigoro grass seed labels on the clearance pricing, and that was like a main thing that we asked you to do, you really want to explain to us that happened. So that would be a urgent to manager kind of situation. So if, for example, there's something that requires our immediate attention, you click yes, and then you give a really good explanation. So, for example, I couldn't complete the objective of placing clearance pricing on the grass seed. And then you want to explain why you couldn't do it or why there was an issue. The manager wouldn't allow me to change the pricing. And that would be a pretty big issue, and we would really need to know about that. So we might give you a call to kind of help figure out what happened, and then we might call the store and make sure that next time you don't run into these issues. So is there any additional comments that you'd like to share? This would be a place where you can say, well, the store was really messy, spent a lot of time cleaning, and that could really help us know that maybe we need more time in that store. Or it can even be something as simple as, had a great time at the store today, things look great. So it can be one or the other. So then you want to click submit. Interesting. Okay, so an error has occurred. This is a good example. So it tells you why an error occurred, and it's because I put 2 years and they just wanted a number. So because we have to quantify this data, we want to make sure that a lot of things are just numbers. So if you ever run into issue, look for this little box here, and it'll tell you exactly what happened and what you need to change. If you have any issues, just call us. So now we're going to submit this one. See what happens. Quite slow, isn't it? Perfect. Yay. Thank you for submitting your report. That means that we've received it. You don't want to close your browser until you see this message. So now we want to add photos from our visit. So we click add photos, and you want to submit a before and an after photo of a display or something that you built. Those are really important. So for example, I'm just going to upload just a random photo, a Home Depot photo. So I'm just going to upload a before and then an after, just for example. And then you can put a comment and say, built new display. You can show an empty space and then the display where the empty space used to be. Those are great before and afters. So we're going to click save. And awesome. So now we've submitted the photos. And if we have more photos, we can click submit more photos and it'll bring us back to the page where we can just keep loading. Or we can try clicking on the submit 10 regular photos and it'll give you this big list of, you can upload as many as you need, up to 10. So that could be if you have a lot to share from that visit. But yeah, that's basically it. So now we're done submitting photos and we're done reporting our visit. And now you can go back to reporting if you need to check and see what you've submitted. So let's see down here. Yeah, so I just submitted this report and it can show that you submitted the 2 hours, which is awesome. So you can check that it got submitted. And if you have to do another store, like if you visited 2 more stores that day, you just click submit a scheduled report again and you can start the whole process all over again. So now we're gonna show you how to check your objectives for the week, the national objectives. So you want to go onto the left-hand side and click on paperwork. And it'll bring up all the folders that we have. So then you want to go into monthly directives and we'll have some paperwork uploaded. We don't have any currently uploaded, but this is where you will find it, and it will say PTHG, rep directives, or national objectives for that week, whether it's April 4th to April 8th or whatever. It'll say the dates, and then you can just download it and print it out, and you can bring it to all your store visits. So it's super easy to find all your objectives under that tab. So thanks for listening, and I hope you have an easy time reporting.